Hi, in this video I'm going to be talking about transitions and specifically for children. So pretty soon your kids are going to be heading back to school, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that and really how do you embrace that transition with your child. Transition for children, whether they're attending kindergarten for the first time or maybe making the move to middle school or junior high or high school. Transition can sometimes be a really great experience for kids, but sometimes our experience of transitions for children can be somewhat tumultuous and sometimes even difficult. And so I want to talk about how do you really go about embracing transition. So I think the first thing to keep in mind is that children really thrive on fun but also connections. And so those moments when we're focused on them and their need for fun, and fun kind of makes them eager to learn and really makes them good friends also. The thing that I think you always need to keep in mind, though, when we think about transitions for kids is that they thrive on information. They thrive on the opportunity to understand exactly what's going on them for them. And so, you really want to get in the habit of offering information to very young children in a way that has them feel respected and has them really heard. And so obviously at an appropriate level based off of where they are developmentally, but in words that they can understand, but giving them information really matters. It makes a difference for them. Another benefit of information is that when it's given kindly, a little bit of information, little by little, allows that information to sink in and allows your child to have the opportunity to understand and think through, and may also prevent power struggles. And sometimes those things occur around transitions. And so, we want to make sure that the information, though, is also appropriate for them. I think another thing is that you want to remain optimistic in your tone when you talk about it. And so while we don't want to be dismissive with children, there's also taking that opportunity to hear what they've had to say, but also make sure that as you're offering up your ideas about the transition, that you really keep a tone that is positive. And so many times, we may have our own concerns and we may have our own worries about the transition that's coming up, but it really is important that we keep a positive tone, and children prefer that. I think the other thing is, when we think about transitions is you want the kids to get that it's not about you ordering them to do something. There's warmth that can be provided for your child in that transition. And the opportunity to give them that warmth as they make that change really allows them the time to process through and think through what that might look like. Here's the other thing, though. Keep in mind, children need the opportunity, just like I think we all do, to express their disappointment and say, hey, I don't like this. This is ridiculous. I don't want to do this. And, here's the thing about children's protests. They're always typically messy and many times inconvenient. And usually they come at some of the most difficult times. But when we really listen to them and hear what they have to say, it conveys respect. And it gives them that opportunity to understand that we're connecting with what that change is going to be like for them. And here's the other thing. When you think about their protests, sometimes that'll give you insight. It'll give you insight into what they're dealing with and how they see things. And then when you're talking to them about this, you can provide some reassurances that actually deal with what they're concerned about. So this is a beginning of talking about transitions with your child. I'm going to do a second part in relation to this, but this is part one. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please feel free to share it with anyone in your life that you feel might benefit from it. And part two will be coming out later. Thanks.